Hey, welcome to ConCarolinas Television. My name is Bronner.
And I am the long overdue welcome back, Ray.
Yeah, we missed you
I missed you guys.
incredibly.
I
She's
did
been
miss you
gone,
guys.
in case you don't know, for a couple of weeks. She was on the ugly third shift, but she is now back with us, and we have an amazing panel this week. Not that we don't have amazing panels all the time, but I'm particularly honored to have the following people here. Why don't you introduce yourselves? We'll start with you, Senior Roberts.
Hi, I'm Lee. I happen to be the vice chair for ConCarolinas, and I also cannot think things through 100% completely, so I'm just going to ramble on, and I'll stop now.
Oh, us too.
Hot. I like that. I like that.
That's
Haven't you seen the
that's
show?
hot. All right, and let's the flashy one. Who do we got there?
Depends on your
Who's
version of
flashy?
I
flashy.
don't know. That pompadour
Cat
is
ears.
pretty.
Who's that cat-eared lady?
It is pretty cool.
It
Let's
is
go
pretty
with
cool.
Pompadour. Pompadour,
Oh,
who
I
are
think
you?
I'm guessing that's me. Hi,
Yeah,
I'm
you're
Nick.
flashy. You're flashy.
I'm Nick. I used to have a ponytail, and now don't, and so now I have a pompadour. I'm an extreme
I like
geek.
it.
You've probably seen me before. I talk about LARPs and role play and all sorts of nerdy stuff. I'm involved with ConCarolinas. I'm part of the board, and I'm involved with CCtv.
Kind of a
Happy to be
jack
here.
of all trades.
That's right. This is
Potter.
his second official week, I think, as a member of CCTV officially. So
Officially.
we love having him, and we're just gonna keep
Using and
stacking this
abusing.
bitch on top of each other. So.
I'm good with it. I've
All
got
right.
lots of time and a lot of words to say.
I'm a manager by trade, so I like to delegate.
And the beautiful and illustrious and well-educated and far more superior than any of us
I
fools.
thought you already introduced yourself, Bronner. Jesus.
Hashtag cheers.
Hi,
Oh, here we
everybody.
go.
I'm Miko. I am one of the Blue Skirt boys from Blue Skirt Gaming Network. I also have a PhD. That's right. Pretty huge hunk of debt because I'm a career student.
That is so
yeah.
hot.
It's so hot. It's so hot.
Oh my
But
God.
I have licensures and specialties and certifications in mental health, therapy, addiction specialism, intimacy issues, communication issues. I love couples work. I love taking baths in people's trauma. It's what I do.
That is her new tagline.
It's what I do.
I love it.
It's what you do.
It's what I do.
Take a bath in their trauma.
All right. Well, what do we got in chat?
You gotta thank
We've
Matt
got
and
a
Pep
great
Pep for
big
that one.
bear.
Hi, great big bird.
We've got a captain icon who is
Captain
afraid of Lee.
Icon.
Hot.
Apparently, Lee is
Is that
amazing,
Shane?
but scary.
That's Shane.
Yeah.
Hi, Shane.
So we've got a couple people in chat.
All right. Well, hi, chat. Welcome aboard. We are here to talk about like fears, and it can be, actual tangible fear,
Got an elder nerd.
or
Hi,
it can be the
elder.
fear that attacks you, like.
So it could be like
cranially.
off the wall batshit. Because I'm here for
Yeah.
that.
Absolutely,
'Cause
because I
mine is.
qualify.
Mine for sure.
Mm.
Let's just
Mhm.
put that out there. I am. So who wants to kick this bitch off? Who wants to start? Who's got the
Yeah.
fear of? I don't want to talk about race fear yet because it's a doozy.
Who just wants to crack their soul open and just lie
Just
bleeding
lay it
on the
bare
table
for me.
right now? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's
All right,
start.
I'll go.
Let's
Oh.
yes. But
Look
let's
at that
start.
initiative. That's hot.
Don't get.
Let's dip our toes in the water. I can go with something.
Yeah, don't
That-
give the big one away. Let's
Alright,
just
yeah,
give
alright.
some small
Okay.
away.
So I'll
Yeah.
go with the small one. We'll
Okay,
go with
go.
the tiny one. And a lot of people share this fear. Mine was drilled into me due to a traumatic childhood with certain events. And I have a fear of failing, of just completely screwing up. A lot of people share that fear. It's very common. Mine is just happens to be following traumatic events. So you have to, A's only, follow that
yeah.
into school. Anything you do,
Getting a B is
you
the
better
end of
do
the
it
world,
well.
isn't it?
God forbid, don't you get a B. Don't do it.
Right? Don't bring that
Shit,
home.
maybe I have
Shit.
this too.
I got some PTSD now. Okay, thanks.
Mhm, mhm.
But yeah, there was, some physical motivation for that. So that's there
Not by
for
me,
me.
by the way.
No,
Mm.
no, that's different kind of motivation.
I motivate her in other ways.
Ooh, more afraid of people thinking you're a failure. Ooh, that's cool.
Ooh,
Other
Yeah,
people's thoughts is a big trigger.
yes.
that
Yeah.
is, yeah, definitely. And
Mhm.
I share that because I sit here and in private, I'm completely different than I am in public, and I act. There's some times where I just don't give a crap, but there are other times where I just like I clench up and I'm like, okay, am I doing this right? Is someone thinking that this guy's just like completely out of his mind? Am I dressed properly? So yes, it's no.
Yeah,
Mm,
It's
mm.
taxing on your soul, isn't
is.
it? I mean, it
Oh yeah,
really
it's
is.
one of those invisible weights you carry around,
Ugh.
and like I totally identify with that because as an educated woman of color, you have to have all the answers and you have to have all the plans. You're not allowed to fail, which means if you're making up all the answers because you don't know what the fuck you're doing, then you're uncertain about everything. And so when someone asks you something about it, it's like, am I doing it wrong? Because you don't know. It's
Right?
crazy.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
Nick, you
And
look
yes,
like
Sean,
you're
every time I take a sip,
contemplating.
that's what I'm saying.
No, I'm contemplating because like I came in here with like a laundry list of all of my fears, and don't get me wrong, they're extensive. We could be here all day just talking about
Really? How
everything
much
that I'm
time you
afraid
got?
of.
Right?
How much money
We have
you
like
got?
an hour ish.
How much is our block?
Let's just cancel the next 3 shows and we'll
That's
be
fine.
here
That's
all day.
fine.
It'll be
That's fine.
great.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm
Keep-
thinking about this and I'm like, I was also like a very highly motivated A student, but there was a lot of like pressure that was instilled on me to make sure that I maintained that average. And I don't like fault anybody for that because like I understand like people want you to do well, they want you to succeed.
Yeah.
But from that, there has come like a little bit of me that's just like, I have to do things right. And there's a little bit of a perfectionist there. And maybe that comes from a fear of failure. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
Interesting.
think that's where mine started, and I don't ever begrudge what was taught to me because striving for excellence and doing well and doing things correctly is never a bad thing. Um, the way it was taught,
I disagree. Okay.
really,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
I respectfully
So
disagree. But
I
continue.
think
this is the amazing thing is we're
Respectfully,
just
though.
dipping our
Respectfully.
toes in the water at this point.
Respectfully. I'm not
Dipping
trying to
our
come
taste
toes.
that toe.
at
Okay,
your
let me
fear,
see
fear
why.
hot.
We're tossing folks in the deep end now.
Right?
Ew, I just said let me taste that toe.
Respectfully
See,
disagree.
I, as sort of a, I guess, a turn on its head a little bit of like, I guess similar but not at the same time, is kind of a fear of not being present. I guess
Hmm.
because early on in my life, I had, my dad wasn't exactly there for various reasons, and so it was kind of instilled in me that okay, so people are going to rely on you, and if people rely on you, then you need to be present, and if you're present, then you have to be useful. And so that was kind of a thing where it's like if someone needs me and I'm not there, I am failing that person,
Mm.
whether it's my fault or not.
See, I have the opposite.
That's deep.
I have the you're going to lose everybody, so don't rely on anybody.
Wow.
I've got one like that. It's not you're gonna lose everybody.
You
Everybody
alienate
every
everybody.
you can't no, you can't everybody isn't really worth a damn. You have to do everything yourself.
Yeah.
I've learned that. And it's not through any fault of their own. That's the work I've had to do around that. It's not through any fault of their own. They just literally
Mhm.
they have the sentiment and the intention of yes, I want to help you with this, but they absolutely cannot.
Right.
And they're gonna let you down every time.
Yep.
Hyper
Hmm.
independence.
Hyper independence.
All right.
You
Look at
better be
Sean breaking
tossing
out
your
the big
therapy
words.
words. I'm proud
Let-
of you,
I
Pep
mean,
Pep.
Oh, I got some
Am I-
trauma for you, Pep.
Can I
How-
just throw something out that I want to discuss one of my fears first and foremost because yeah, you guys are real deep and whatnot, so I'm going to go a little deeper. There's
Uh-oh.
this guy on this movie that we watched last night, and it was what's the guy's name? Tom Hanks, and he played Colonel Parker, the Elvis.
Geppetto?
No, Elvis's mentor and
His
manager
agent.
for years.
Okay,
Mhm.
yeah.
Oh,
That bitch was scary as hell. I'm telling you, creepy.
Whoever
He
did
should
the
have been on
makeup.
American Horror Story Freak Show. That is how bad this guy was. Tore me up. I couldn't sleep
It
last
was
night.
not a horror movie, and
No,
this
it's
man
not.
was shaking in
We're
his
talking about
boots.
Elvis,
It's
the Baz
okay.
Luhrmann
Yes,
movie.
Colonel
Elvis.
So, like,
Sanders, Tom Hanks can't
Elvis
get you.
biopic.
Meanwhile,
Yeah.
If you haven't seen
It was
it,
brilliant, by
was
the
a great
way.
movie.
It was great. I mean, if you like Moulin Rouge and Romeo and Juliet,
Baz
anything
Luhrmann.
else like Baz Luhrmann, amazing. Except for Tom Hanks, kind of looks like John Leguizamo from Spawn,
oh, don't say that.
and
oh my
no,
God.
and
no, 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 no,
and
no, no, no.
coupled with
They had a butt baby.
the guy that played the old boss for Homer's nuclear power plant on The Simpsons, Mr.
Mr.
Burns.
Burns.
Mr. Burns. So Mr. Burns meets
With a liver
John
spot. It was good.
Leguizamo's Spawn character.
The amount,
I
the
looked
amount
it
of
up.
like
Don't look it
makeup and
up.
effects they
You
put
look
on
it up,
him,
you
there's,
looked it
there's
up.
definitely some
no,
uncanny
no.
valley that's going on with him. Like you look at him and you're like, I don't.
like
That's
it.
not quite a person, but it's person enough that I'm uncomfortable with it.
I don't like
It's that
it.
thing that's ingrained in our DNA
It's
that
like
we're just
they
like
thought-
built
I just-
to fear.
That Colin Farrell and
Yeah.
Tom Hardy could pull off this look, so Tom Hanks could.
Oh,
do it.
speaking of
Right.
Colin Farrell, though, his penguin,
Oh God.
That's
that was
what I'm
an
getting.
ugly, scary
That's what I'm
mofo.
Did you hear the story
Yeah.
about him going to like what was it, like a Starbucks or something in that makeup?
No.
Yeah, that was like a whole
Is he
thing.
scary
Like he,
for children?
He probably scared grown ass people.
That would be awesome.
I think he ate children.
He's also getting spun off. He's getting his own series, which is also a problem.
Yeah.
We're
Wait,
talking
as-
about fears.
Yeah,
Mm,
we're gonna
problem.
shove it in your face. But
All
that
right,
doesn't
Nick,
bother
what's
me.
on this list? I have to know. Inquiring
my
minds
God.
need to know.
All right, I'm gonna start.
right,
I was
next.
told let's start surface level and move our way back. So the
Okay.
most obvious fear that I have, and people will see this because I'm outdoorsy and I'm woodsy. I have a fear of snakes, and it's terrible. Like it's an actual phobia. If I see one, I have to run away. I can't stop myself. If I've been like one step towards stepping on a snake, and I almost had a near heart attack, and I ran the other way, and I was like sweating and panting. It was terrible. Yep.
Yikes.
See,
Fix me, doc.
as somebody who owns
You
a
don't want me to
snake,
fix you. One, I'm expensive, and two, we gonna touch a snake by the end of it, Suge.
Oh, yeah, you're
I
right.
got
I've done
one.
that once.
You can
I
use
did
mine.
do that.
you can
I
use
did that
mine.
due to social pressure. Like they were passing around a
See,
python,
that's
and they're
terrible.
Here
Social
you
Oh yeah,
have
don't
to
ever
do
pressure
it,
somebody.
kids.
See, like
They're kids. Be nice to wild.
Yeah, I
ones.
was like 7, and they're
if
like,
somebody's
"You
coming to
came
my
to this
house,
field trip.
yeah.
Here's the snake, so touch it, and if you don't, you're a loser."
Oh, there's trauma to go with it.
Yeah, lots of
Aw,
it.
That's
Yeah, no.
awful.
See,
That's
I
a weird
strap
thing that
yourself
you don't
in.
understand and have no frame of reference for.
Regardless of,
Do it
of how I
now.
feel, no. You got to respect other people's fears.
Wow.
You gotta.
All right, dig deeper, Nick. I want to hear a little more.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
we're
no
gonna be on
problems,
the
cop
snakes.
out.
Okay.
Next.
No
Wait,
problems.
I also I have a fear of heights, but it's only extreme heights, like getting on a plane. I can go to like the top of a high building and I'm fine, but the minute that I'm strapped up in the air, flying with
No
like, I
connection
could
to the
fall
ground?
to death. Yeah,
Is
Yeah,
that your
nothing within your
separation?
control.
I was about to say that.
Yeah.
No control whatsoever.
Yeah.
I can't
Like,
I
how
get on
high have you
planes,
been
like-
in a plane? Have we been to
What's that?
Vegas?
No, I haven't been to Vegas,
Okay.
but I've been in planes before. I've done it. I've done long flights. I flew to Europe actually.
Do not do the bungee off the stratosphere. I'm just telling you.
Yeah, no, no, I would die.
That's a big no. That's a big no for any reason. Why would
So
you?
hard no.
Hard no.
You don't do it.
But these
I
are
don't-
all phobias, and like this one's manageable mostly through drinking and taking anti-anxiety meds, and I can get on the plane and be just fine.
If you're asleep, you don't know you're up that high.
yeah, or like
That's
in
the
a
thing.
sleepy daze.
You got to be able to go to sleep.
Yeah, I was fine with like I could. When the plane's on the ground, it's great. It's perfect. It's just like riding in a car, and then the car goes up like this. And
Cars don't do
it's
that.
just-
Lily.
yeah,
Cars
cars
don't
don't
do
do
Don't
that.
do that.
No. and I'm just hands gripping the seat. And I think the first time I flew was it was with a family friend, and they said, "Oh, well, it's better if you're near a window." And I said, "No, it is not." And
Ooh, I
I
like it on
tried
the
it.
wing
Yeah, no.
because you get all the turbulence.
Although
And you can see when the engine catches fire.
Oh yes.
Well,
Or
there's
especially-
that.
Or when
You
there's a
have those folks-
gremlin like ripping
Yeah,
it
when the
apart.
gremlin starts ripping apart the plane.
yes,
You
a
sit there
very
and you
real
look
fear.
out. You have someone say, "Oh,
So-
I can see my house from here," and I said, "You can see everyone's house from here. Sit down."
So ketchup cakes says
Sit
spiders.
down.
Ask Lee.
Yes,
Spiders.
my wife. That hi, baby. That's my wife Ashley, by the way.
Hi, Ashley.
She quite literally, if there's a spider, and actually it depends on the size as to the severity of the freakout.
Well, that makes sense.
Small spiders usually result in screaming. Medium spiders, maybe darting across the house. And then large spiders, Lord forbid, you end up with hyperventilating, grab me by the arm, putting me between her and the spider, and subsequently running away crying. So
That's a real phobia.
yes,
That
yeah,
is.
for sure.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
And it must be-
100%.
It must be hell this year because I've seen more spiders this year than any other year.
Pat, never visit my house.
I don't know what it
Every
was.
house we keep house spiders because. It
Well,
kills
yeah,
them.
I don't
Oh,
know if
yeah.
anybody sees my Facebook post, but
Yeah.
they get names.
They get
yeah, no,
names.
like
They-
it's so
I'm like,
bad
"Oh,
that
look." There's
I f-
Matilda.
I forget what game it was. There's this game where like you're a shrunken down like person in a backyard, and like the insects are like really large. So
Oh yeah. Grounded.
yes,
Mm.
Grounded.
You're
And
not
there is
talking about just
actually
me in my backyard that's overgrown
Funny
because I
story,
failed to
Sean.
mow it
And, like,
regularly.
there is an actual like arachnophobia mode where the spiders don't look like spiders, so
Aw,
that
that's
it makes it a
very
little more bearable.
thoughtful. I like
And-
that.
That's so cool.
Her fear of spiders is so bad that even triggers the response. So yeah, we don't play that game.
Cool.
Yeah.
So,
That's a thoughtful kind of accessibility thing. That's cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
Sean, I think everybody does that crazy dance when they get the web in their face.
No, my dance is not crazy. First of all, Entrapment
It's-
with Catherine Zeta-Jones is like one of my favorites. You remember when she goes through the laser
Yes,
dance?
the
That's how
lasers.
I get through.
And she is
So
Thank you very
beautiful.
much. My dance is not crazy. It is elegant.
I love
It is.
that.
It is. It's classy.
Impossible.
It's very classy. But I was walking back from the gate and it was night. I couldn't see nothing. And I didn't walk face first into a spider web. I walked face first into a spider because I felt the sucker hit me in the face and then scurry off. So I sat there and scolded the spider.
As you
And
should.
we don't hit our friends
I
in the
scolded
face.
the spider.
I did. And then I took pictures of
I
it.
wonder if it learned.
No,
I
one of
don't
the-
know. I had a tarantula as a kid, scared the shit out of my mom. Sorry.
Boy,
Sorry,
how-
mom.
Try 'em on.
Yeah, I have a
Here-
snake now. I've had snakes before. The normal things don't bother me.
Why?
I don't
no.
know.
Don't bother me.
I
See-
don't touch it.
No, he doesn't. The snake got out one day.
Shut the
See,
fuck
that's
up.
why I don't invite snakes into my home because they can get out of their tanks and their shit. Like
I adjusted.
watching them push up on things, that's
Mhm.
crazy to me.
Mhm.
Why would I
And
let
ball
that in my house?
pythons
Right?
are one of the best escape artists. Mhm.
Oh, yeah,
And
for
I
sure.
have the ball python.
Worse.
Yeah, so
They're
it
bigger.
was on the floor, and I made somebody else come pick it up. Long story
He
short,
called somebody.
I
"Come
found
get
a
it."
friend.
Like fear of spiders was the first sign that I had that my fear of snakes was irrational, because like I don't have a fear of spiders, and like when I see them in my house, I'm like, good, you're eating all the other the other insects that I don't
Right.
want on me or biting me. But then like I saw people do the same thing I do when I see a snake, when they see a spider, and I'm like, oh shit, okay, yeah, this is completely irrational. I'm crazy. My brain is screwed. Fix me, doc.
Oh, great! I'm nuts. Awesome.
Because they eat the mice, so you don't get mice in your house.
but mice are cool.
They
I like
are,
mice.
especially the ones I feed the snake.
Yeah, they're frozen. In
Oh,
fact.
see, I don't know if that movie would really. So Elder Nerd says. So Nick, the movie
No,
Snakes
don't
on a
talk about that
Plane
movie.
mu-
I
we-
watched it.
Stop.
Yeah.
But-
You watched it?
No, I watched it. Yeah, because I was in college when it happened.
Don't
And like,
do it.
No one
Yeah.
would go to
I
the
swear
movies
to God,
see that
I
with
will
me. That's
shut
how I
this
know it's
stream
still- They
down.
would not come with me to watch the movie.
yeah, see, and
I
that was
own
the
that
thing.
movie.
People were like, "We need to go see it," so the social pressure hit me. So maybe we should talk about that. How social
Ooh,
pressure
that
gets
would've
me
been
on
a good
plane
idea,
and
That
gets
Sean.
me
that sounds pretty
know?
thematic for you, Nick.
Yeah, it
Social
really
pressure.
does. You know
that
what?
touch
I'm
any
so
other areas of
tired
your
of
life
these
currently?
motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane.
But I
Language.
saw snakes on a plane, and it was mostly ridiculous. But
Yes.
there were some like
Oop, that's my
scenes that
dog.
hit me, like
That is your
a
dog.
snake. If you have like fear of
You
snakes, I'm
haven't
sorry,
watched
like
it yet, Pep.
trigger
That's fine.
warning. But
That's
like a
fine.
snake like full on devours a person,
Buddha.
while it wasn't done
What
well.
is the deal?
So, okay, I see your snakes on the plane and I raise you anacondas.
Ooh, that was a good one.
Jennifer Lopez.
Mhm. That booty.
That booty.
I mean, and not just the first anaconda.
I didn't
but
even know there was a
anacondas
snake.
Also.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
that was what, the sequel?
Mm-hmm. With Morris Chestnut.
I'm gonna go beat
I
my
did
dog.
not see that one. I saw the first one.
Trigger
I didn't
warning.
see that one.
It was a
Beating
really
the
good
dog.
sequel. It was really good. Surprisingly.
What is
Yeah.
wrong with you in
Yeah. Was the trigger warning Anaconda or J Lo?
To be fair,
She's
she
gonna
did
vibrate
really
at a
well.
frequency
She did,
you're not
she
ready
did
for.
better than Made in Manhattan. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. She did
Yeah.
better than that. In Anaconda.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So I'll give you one.
Oh,
I'll
Blood
give you one.
Orchid
This
is
one's
the
kind of
sequel,
like
okay.
middle. I have a irrational fear of being
I
dead
have
and not
such a-
knowing it.
Oh.
And I would love to chalk it up to The Sixth Sense. Fucked me up as a kid, but that ain't it.
Ooh, ooh.
That's
So
some,
for
like,
talking
existential
movies-
stuff right there.
Yeah,
What's
it
everybody's dramatic movie? Like, what is the movie you can't do that?
I Am
cannot
Legend.
watch it.
Really?
So there's a story behind it.
Okay.
So
Because I have a story behind mine.
So we, me and my wife, it's shortly after I moved to North Carolina. We, it had come out in theaters, and everyone's like, "Oh, you need to go see it." Well, it also came shortly after our dog.
No.
There was an accident, so
Oh.
no
I
one
cried.
warned us preemptively about that part.
Oh.
So yeah, it took a long time to be able to watch I Am Legend and not be bothered by it.
Right. Yeah.
Yep, there is a website for that. Does the dog live? Yep.
Oh.
Yep. Whole website. Did the
Oh,
dog die?
really?
Yep. Whole website.
That's
Do we
nice.
have redemption?
How have okay?
Did the
Yep.
arachnid die?
Because
I
people
want
like
that
us
website.
recognize that we suffer through this and we refuse to let anyone else suffer through it. Yes. Yes.
Look at that.
Yep.
Dr. Miko solving people's problems.
Well, Sean actually pointed out that website, but that is the website.
That- yeah.
So backing up a little bit.
That
I'm
is
gonna-
Sean,
I'm
yeah.
gonna actually, and so we're gonna have a teaching moment. Okay, y'all ready?
Okay.
Y'all ready? We're gonna have a teaching moment. So I just said
Mm-hmm.
my fear was being dead and not knowing it, but it's not connected to the Sixth Sense, right? And it's a great example of what just happened. Because all my life, I felt like I was invisible. Like I could be standing there, I could have said something, and like it's like I ain't saying shit.
Is it? Can I ask a follow-up question?
Yes.
Is that why you are as flamboyant as you are, so that you can be
To
seen?
make sure that you're seen.
No.
Yeah, you want to be recognized, do you, Doctor?
No, I don't want to be recognized. I live in a podunk town
I feel that.
and I teach students. And if they don't know it's me, that's perfect. You learn a valuable lesson when you're dressed as a sexy vampire at the biggest Halloween shindig in your podunk town, and one of your students is drunk and jumps up at your face. It's like, oh my God, you're so hot. And they try to make out with your face, and you lean back because you know exactly what seat they sit in your lecture.
Oh
You're
my!
like, this could get bad. This is gonna get real bad.
This is awesome. I would be very
Yeah.
traumatized by that in and of itself.
Oh yeah.
That sounds
So
terrible.
we are
that's when-
shapeshifter. We are shapeshifter.
Yeah,
So
for sure you are.
my movie is The Exorcist.
Yeah, it is.
Is it?
It is.
I can't even mention it without her
Original
getting
Exorcist or
heebie-jeebies.
The
remake?
original. Yeah.
My mom
OG.
can't watch that one either.
So I've watched the second one. The second one doesn't bother me.
We
Part
watch
two,
all
part
the
three, part
exorcism
four.
movies, like
It's that
Exorcism
one.
of Emily
Emily
Rose.
Rose and all
Right,
that.
Oh, I
exactly.
love those. All that paranormal, spooky,
That's right up our alley.
inhabiting
Just
bodies crap.
specifically The Exorcist.
The very first one. Yes.
Even though, yeah, but somebody went to
Linda
the
Blair.
Hi, Shane.
hospital when it first came out in theaters, right? They had a heart
Hi,
attack or
Shane.
something.
Well, so I was forced to watch
Hi,
it
Shane.
Oh,
when I was 10. And I was
Yeah.
like, I don't want to
that
watch
social
this.
pressure is just getting everyone tonight.
Yeah,
Good
there's
God.
a
Social, that was
there's a theme to
parental
this.
pressure.
Parental pressures.
Uh-oh.
And
Social.
it was you're gonna
It is
watch it.
social,
This
yeah.
was a true story. You're gonna watch it. You're gonna watch it. I don't want to watch it. I'm gonna go over here. Nope, you're gonna watch it. And then I tried to close my eyes,
sit
and then it
down,
was,
it's gonna
don't you
be
dare
fun."
close your eyes. So
They pulled an Aladdin on you?
Yeah.
How dare
And
you
also,
close your
this was a
eyes?
true story. Yeah, this is a
yeah,
biopic
yeah.
about a demon-possessed girl whose head spins around. You
Mhm,
know, real facts.
mhm. I
Real
was
fast.
10. Don't judge me. I believed it.
Hey, listen.
It was really, it was a
Listen.
Campbell's pea soup commercial. That's all that was.
But even as an adult, I can't watch it. I
Hmm.
can't do it.
I have two:
All right, let's hear him.
Hostel and The Hills Have
Ooh.
Eyes.
Ooh.
Cannot,
Mm,
cannot,
Hostel
Fair.
was jarring.
cannot. And it's
I
not
liked
because I
it.
didn't want to watch Hostel. Like I loved gory crap when I was growing up. Like, I was in middle school. Should not have attempted it in middle school. Should not have. But The Hills Have
Yeah.
Eyes grazes up against something else. I also can't watch things where there's sexual assault. Can't.
Hostel
Yeah.
ruined garlic butter for me for a long time.
Oh, God.
I don't even want to know what that means.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
right?
it's, well,
Let's
I
not
don't
deep.
think I do either.
I don't want to deep
I
dive
wanna
that.
dig.
I
No
don't
deep
want
dive.
So-
This is digging. This is digging.
yeah.
You're a toilet paper fan until you're divorced? What is that?
No,
Whoa.
what?
Wait a minute. Oh, torture porn. I was about to say,
Torch
what?
people.
Wait
Okay.
a minute.
What?
Pep, Pep, I've been to your house. There's plenty of toilet paper. What are you talking about?
Even showed me where it was.
So I don't know that I have any movies, but I have a specific of a movie that gets my goat every time. Like, is it goat or goat?
It's goat.
GOAD? Goat?
G-O-A-T.
Yeah,
See,
greatest
it
of all
is.
time.
Meh. It's goat.
Goat.
Yeah.
Goat. Okay. All right.
It gets
So
you.
anyway,
Goat.
it's when there is a person that is in a hopeless situation and is getting hunted down and is just like, not like every horror movie ever, but it's like everything seems to be against them, not going their way. It's like they're just failing at everything that happens to them, and it's just
Like they're running and trip
a spiral going.
because that's a horrible B-rated flick.
No. It's not. I mean, it's the suspenseful
spiral.
thing, like that person is doomed, but
And they're
there's
just getting
nothing they
sucked,
can do about it. You know what I mean?
sucked down in the spiral of despair.
So-
That sounds like my first time watching American Beauty in college for an assignment.
It sounds like
that
my
shit-
first.
That shit rocked my world, and I was devastated and depressed for like a week. I was like,
It's
oh my
also, like-
gosh! And then you just die. What?
It's one of those movies that you like, in light of recent news, you can't go back and rewatch. Like, it's just like ruined.
Yeah.
Like Kevin Spacey, I'm sorry, like I can't watch
Yeah.
that given
And
what
he
he
was
does
so
in it.
good.
Yeah,
But
no.
see, Ronald,
Yeah.
while you're describing all of that and the series of unfortunate events and the spiral, I'm just reminded of like previous relationships. Doomed, spiral,
That's-
sucked down in
Yeah,
the
it's
pit
the
of
same
hell.
kind of feeling.
So
Yes.
deliciously traumatic.
Oh yeah.
But I don't.
I've
Let's all
got
slurp.
I've
There
got
are
one
only
for
two
you.
left.
Yeah.
I've got one for you
Wait.
that's actually pretty juicy.
All right.
All right,
Some
all right.
juice.
Because no, the
Squeeze the
juice,
juice.
is here. Like when it comes to movies, like I can watch. Like there's many movies I've watched that are like would be considered probably triggering, and I can just kind of roll with it, like A Clockwork Orange or American Psycho. Like I can
Yeah.
watch those and
Like
it's
you
just
know
fine.
what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But my earliest memory is actually of watching something from a horror television show that I was not supposed to be watching, but I was there in a playpen and I just like looked up at the screen and saw it. Um, my dad was watching Tales from the Crypt, and there was an episode that involved. Sorry, trigger warning for anybody who doesn't like things happening to the body that involve them being cut open. You don't want to listen to this part. La 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 la.
Is that the
But
one where the guy ends up cut in half at the end?
uh, there was like a woman was like bisected, kind of like a frog, and like they opened her up, and
Yeah.
it was really messed up.
Yeah.
And that is my earliest memory, which sucks. By the way, I'm not
I
a
have
serial
access
killer.
to them
I
all,
promise.
Sean. We can watch them.
But
You kind of do look like American Psycho. I'm just gonna
but
point
I'm
that.
not. I really am not. I know I'm incriminating myself right now, but just trust me. I have no.
Oh, that's what
So-
a
That's
psycho would
what
say.
they
This
would
makes
say.
it worse.
That's okay.
Has anyone had like a fear of like say being unable to move?
So that's actually where it comes from. So I was trapped. I was strapped in a
in the
playpen, and I couldn't leave. And I kept telling everybody. I was trying to say I'm scared, but what I said because I was 3 was I'm scary, and everybody around me thought it was very funny, and they started to laugh. And I'm like, no, I'm terrified. I'm scared.
You're like, this is not funny.
That's
Yeah.
adorable.
Oh,
You saying I'm scary.
No.
So if you're my family and you're at home watching right now, you did this to me.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
So let's talk.
No, to answer your question, Lee, no, but sleep paralysis used to kick my ass a lot.
Ooh.
Yeah, my kids mention sleep paralysis a lot, and I don't know if they've experienced it or they're just joking about it, like waking up and actually, being paralyzed, but seeing my face would scare the shit out of anybody. But they could be telling.
I've never
Kids
had
are
that
like,
reaction.
"Ugh."
Put that one out there.
It'd be worse if you're just
No,
standing
see-
there, like shining your head up.
You know,
Just polish it.
When I
No,
was-
I'm polishing it.
You
He's
see
sitting
a
there and I'm
person being
polishing.
cut open, and your thing is, I'm afraid my kids saw my face when I woke them up. Come on.
no,
I was-
I
Hitchhiking on the sleep paralysis thing.
Yeah.
when me and my brother were younger, we wrestled a lot as kids do, and he's younger than me, but he had at least like a good half a foot to a foot on me in height, and
As younger brothers tend to do. Interesting.
yeah, I don't know what happened with the dietary difference in that. I don't know, but so he happened to pin me down, and it was like I could not move my arms, I couldn't get up. And normally, people are like, uncle, blah, 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 or whatever. I'm just like, no, get off of me. I cannot move. I will like go berserker rage if I cannot get up. And yeah, so I don't know what it is. It's just if my arms are pinned down, if I cannot like voluntarily move, like just freely, I freak out.
Lack of control.
Definitely. Because like that's uncertainty of your own fate at that point.
You
That's-
start taking notes here.
You haven't been this whole time?
While we're recording.
I
Just want to highlight a few
Now-
words.
Now,
I'm a
just
Dismissed.
word to the wise, handcuffs do not do that. So yeah, just
Hot.
Oh, that was for the wifey. Oh,
Like
did you,
white
Don't be
hot.
real.
did you
Hot.
hear that? It was like telling the wife,
Probably
like,
Zing.
wink.
I'm going to take a
Hot.
wild guess that you're volunteering for the handcuffs, which means you have a measure of control in that scenario, but the other one you
And
don't.
well, I've
Depending on
never
where you get
quite
the handcuffs
felt a
from, they don't
measure
actually
of
work.
control in handcuffs, so I don't know. But
I mean,
I'm-
there's still
I'm done.
there's still free will movement.
Right?
yeah,
You
so-
can knee someone in the.
And you're choosing it. There's a difference.
On occasion.
well, no,
Sometimes you don't.
the one time I got handcuffed, it was not by choice. So
It was not.
Well,
That's the thing that happened.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
I
In
was
there.
making an
Don't break the
assumption
law.
that it was like a thing, but
the back seat, not
No,
as
that-
comfortable as they make it
that's,
out to be.
that was also not a reaction. So
swing and a miss.
Quit
Swing and a
smoking behind
You know what?
the
It's the
propane.
Babe Ruth method. You just keep swinging. Eventually,
just
you're
keep
gonna knock
swinging.
one
You're
out
gonna
of the
hit
park.
something. You're gonna hit
Exactly.
something hard.
So all of these fears have been pretty rational, logical. There's reasons behind them. Does anybody but me have an extremely irrational, illogical fear?
No, you take the cake.
Shut up.
Furbies.
I
Furbies.
do.
Furbies.
I'm gonna keep this
Those
up
things are
here.
freaky. Just
Wow.
yeah, just say Furbies.
But do
Most
you
of
like
my
gremlins?
fears are
Gremlins,
manageable.
yes. Gremlins are, I mean, yes, but Furbies, specifically the little armless, handless, beaky things. No,
Beaky.
keep them away from me.
Okay, all right. What about you, Nick?
Beaky things.
I'm a
You're
little
still
on
processing?
Furbies still. I'm like
I'm freaking
they're
freaking
just,
shocked.
They're fuzzy and they're all right. It's all good.
And they're kind of cute.
Yeah, and apparently they can like communicate government secrets. That
Yeah.
happened at one point.
Cute, yes, but keep them away.
Yeah,
please.
exactly.
Oh, that's cute.
Exactly. They're Edward Snowden's nightmare. Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm being so personal, but it's fine.
Me too.
For the longest
It's okay.
time, I had
Right,
an
this is a safe
irrational
place.
fear that
Safe
my I was deteriorating from the inside, and that I had something terrible wrong with me, and it was based on like the dumbest reasons possible. Like I had slight indigestion, so like my whole insides are caving in. Yeah,
Hmm.
Don,
No, I
help me.
can't do it.
Reminds me of
That is
that
kind of
time that I thought I had
illogical.
tuberculosis and I didn't.
Yeah, but
So,
this was like
Nymph,
very
in the chat,
pervasive.
I have a question
It can
for
be like
Nymph Paladin.
debilitating.
Oh, that's my friend
Clowns?
Alexis. What's up, Alexis?
Okay, so Alexis, clowns are your fear. Do you have a catalyst event that made you dislike them, or do you just always remember hating them?
And while they think about that, so it's interesting you thought you had tuberculosis. Now this is so my irrational fear: maggots. I absolutely hate them. Right?
Oh,
See,
they're just kind of
see,
gross.
see.
But-
But I did have a friend, which actually was one of friends that pushed me into becoming a therapist in the first place, that had several like overly irrational fears, kind of just like that. When we were in college, they thought they had scurvy. They also thought they had polio at one
Okay.
point. Like I'm talking eating all the oranges they could find when they thought they had scurvy.
Oh.
Thought they had polio. What was it? They just thought they were just dying at one day. It's like I have lost the will to live. I'm wilting away. Fool, get up. Let's go get some Denny's. Shut up. Get up out of the bed. And the biggest one that I didn't find out until we were much older is why do you sleep with the TV on? Because like growing up, that's the most insane thing to me. Like I'm trying to go to fucking sleep. I don't want to hear this shit. I'm not trying to watch TV. I'm trying to go to bed.
Ooh.
But it is now it has a near and dear place in my heart because my partner sleeps with the TV on now. They told me that they keep the TV on because they're afraid to fall asleep. Why are you afraid to fall asleep? Because I might not wake up. I said, oh shit.
Oh.
Right.
Shit.
Right.
And it was at
Because
that
this is
point,
like-
Miko said, I need to study this.
Yes. They were part of my dissertation research. Absolutely. 100%.
That is awesome.
I was like, holy crap. So like, it's like they have to have a sensory grounding, something auditory, something warm, something that they can stay connected
Something to
this
draw you back.
plane. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that when they fall asleep, they don't let go. And I'm like, holy crap, that's
Wow.
insane.
It was at that point that Miko found her inspiration.
Indeed.
Ooh, we need a biography for Miko.
Yeah, I don't
Lena's voicing
have
it.
any irrational fears. I have I had a fear my whole life of not being able to provide. So I worked,
Too much.
like way too much for my own good, for my own health, for the to the detriment of my kids, and relationships and everything. And it was just this thing that was instilled in me that you have to provide, you have to take care of your family. You have, because my dad did not.
Didn't.
So yeah, and he died, before I could ask him, like, hey, what was up with you?
Oh, what the fuck?
He was gone. Right?
WTF, mate?
So like 11 years old, he's gone. WTF? I mean,
that line at Walmart is no joke. Cigarettes got
Right.
expensive and the milk ran out.
So that's my fear was not being able to provide for my family, but subsequently it damaged, my life, and now it's a regret, not a fear. So
Yeah.
it's weird.
All right.
Generational
So,
curses got hands,
Mm.
heavy hands.
so Alexis said that there was a bad event. She's got some PTSD on the clowns. I don't have a bad event. I don't have a reason. I don't know
yeah.
why.
Uh-huh.
But you're all more than welcome to laugh at my expense.
Okay.
I am definitely, definitely the way people are afraid of spiders. I am seriously phobic of snails.
Like
Those
snails.
faces. Yeah,
That's okay.
snails.
I
Like
Like-
the things that
like-
don't move very fast.
As a snake fear person, I totally get it. I
But
do.
It's
snakes,
not-
have to
snakes
be
can
rational.
freaking kabah,
Yeah, but most of them
Right.
are more afraid of me than
Right.
I am of them.
Most of them
but I
won't strike
still
you
am
and
freaked
everything.
out by them. It's just their shape and something about them that
So
I
let me-
just can't control
I
myself
have
get
around.
some
literally-
clarity here. Let me get the thing that lives in a house that it carries on its back.
Mhm.
Right. The
Mhm.
really
That,
cute thing, Turbo.
Stop.
That like
Stop.
that
I
like,
have crossed the street because there was a snail on the sidewalk where I was walking.
no ketchup cupcakes. I'm so sorry. They're
Also-
like big dogs. That
Oh.
sucks.
Can I
That
take
sucks.
a pause real quick to put out a real quick disclaimer?
Mm.
So
Mhm.
you might be listening to this right now, and you might be hearing all these things, these visual things that we are afraid of. It is not a good idea to send us pictures of those things.
Nope.
Like you might
Oh, yeah.
think you're being funny.
Thank you.
You're not.
Smartphones are expensive.
You're not.
Thank
You're
you.
being a
Especially when thrown.
scumlord. Don't do that.
Don't do
I
that.
Yeah.
swear, if you send
That
me
is-
Furbies, I will
Good point.
I will slide into your DMs and I will send you a strongly worded message.
Absolutely. Because
and
it is
from-
taking a lot for
and
us
from
to
a-
be up here and for me
Yeah.
to say that.
Yeah, and from a therapist standpoint, if you feel the need to take an action like that, you need to go do some work on yourself.
Yes, please.
Yes,
Very
100%.
much so.
Because that's something I don't tell a lot of people because it is something that they give you that look and they're like, snails. Oh my God, they can't do anything
Well,
to you.
it was very shocking to know that, and I thought she was joking at first, really. But then just watching the reaction that she had.
And I cried and could not move standing in the doorway until he got rid of it.
Oh.
I
I
mean,
couldn't do
it's
it.
that bad.
Like I
So
freeze.
Paralyzed.
What's interesting about that is so like I've got like 8 animals running around here, right? And from the part of the country that I'm from, the deep southern part, a lot of people of color are terrified of cats, right? I have 5.
Wait.
Yeah, terrified of cats. So I couldn't understand it, and I finally had a friend who finally explained it to me one day because that's the other thing we don't do. We don't talk about things. And he was like, I can't for the life of me figure out what this thing's motive is, what it's thinking, how it thinks. Like I can't account for its actions or its, attitudes at any given time. And that freaks me the fuck out. And I was like, I could see that. Like it
for
just
sure.
jumps up on the counter next to me, and I don't know when it's gonna do that.
And
what it
knocks
wants.
off a glass of water.
Right?
And it'll stare at you while it does it.
And it's got
As a
sandpaper
challenge.
for a tongue. What the hell?
Oh my goodness! And if they actually
Yeah.
like you, they lick your face with that thing. It's awful.
Yeah.
Horrid.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I have to
Also-
scoop its crap out of a sandbox.
If they
like,
really
Ah.
like you, they will shove their ass in your face. Just like
a lot.
They
And
will.
bring
They will
you-
butthole
and bring
you.
you partially dead things.
Yes.
My
partially
dog
dead
did that.
And lay them at your feet as tribute.
And look at you weird. We're like, you're not gonna eat it? No.
Right?
No.
I got
like,
this
I'm-
for you.
I am offended that you're not eating it.
It's running
Exactly.
away. Look
Not
what you
going on the
done.
grill.
I never associated that "are you going to eat it" thing.
Yeah.
Now I
Because-
know.
Now
Because
that's
they
what
do
that
it-
look is.
Because they do it as a sign of blah, 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 as a sign of
Hey, Sue.
endearment.
You got it.
Right.
So-
Like I like you. Here's
They
this.
want to take care of you. They
right.
And
Yeah.
it's funny because people can be awe and inspired by like the relationship you can build with crows. Like you give them something, they'll bring you stuff. It's the same thing with cat. Same
Yep.
thing with a dog.
hmm Yeah, my
I
dog
think
had a
it-
rabbit.
I think
no.
crows should be up there. I mean, I'm not a big fan.
But no, like with
Cro-
the
I
whole,
mean, that's understandable. I don't
the
like
whole cat
birds, but
thing.
crows are my thing. I like them.
I
I
like
don't
crows.
like any other birds.
I like
Crows, ravens,
but crows, they're the murder. They're the ones. They were. Someone was telling us a story today that someone was just trotting
Aw.
through their yard, their property, and they shot one with a pellet gun, just for no reason,
Oh.
just like,
just
and
to
then
prove they could.
and then there was like
Oh, lady.
he went home, and the next day there was like 100 of them outside his house,
Like a scene from
and
the
they
Alfred
Yeah, they
stayed
don't
Hitchcock.
for
forget.
months.
They don't
No.
forget. And they
Months.
communicate.
They are so smart.
Yeah,
Mhm.
crazy.
And
But
then you have
that's-
vultures.
Oh, I like vultures.
Listen.
There's
Listen,
not a lot in
when
this
you-
world I don't
when
like.
you come from the country places where they just show up outside people's house because they know they're about to die, you tend not to like them, and they just sit there, wingspan out,
They're like,
staring into nothingness.
See,
oh
I'm
yeah.
in a place. It's like a nice little like single square mile town, and driving down the one main road that goes through it, you happen to see a lot of dead things, and more often than not, right next to it on the side of the road, there's a vulture that is waiting
Mhm.
for
Wow.
specifically for traffic to pass. Like it
Yes.
knows how cars
Mhm.
work.
I would like to thank the Jungle Book because I think vultures are kind of cute.
We're your friends.
So, what are we going to
We're
do
your
today?
friends.
I
Well,
had-
what are we gonna
alright.
do?
I had a similar experience. So, like, I grew up kind of in a ruralish area, but then I lived like a good amount of my life in the city, and so I was kind of divorced of all this crap. But then I moved out to somewhere rural, and I saw exactly that. Like, here's a deer, and here it is skeletonized, and here's a bunch of vultures picking at it, and it's
And
like a
staring at you
surreal.
like you in the wrong place.
Yeah.
By the
Yeah,
way.
just like-
Yeah,
Why? Are you going to move on? Please, we're having dinner.
Excuse me, sir.
They do look at
Traffic
you
needs
like
to go
that.
around. Traffic needs
Like,
to go around this
I
way,
have-
sir.
I have actually had to slow down because a vulture just sat there in the middle of the road and was just like, "Excuse me,
It's like, come at me, bro.
you're interrupting my meal.
Right?
I'm beeping the horn." Then it's like, "Fine, if it'll get you to shut up, I'll move."
yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
when you're driving back to your home and you see like a fully skeletonized animal and here's a couple vultures sitting around it, it's just like, am I about to die?
Right.
It's
Am I
so
next?
cool.
You
I
wanna be
like
next?
them.
Vulture bees?
So,
Do, 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 do.
groups of dogs. We got that in our chat. I can
can
understand that.
Pack mentality is scary.
Yeah.
The what is it?
Groups of
Groups of
dogs, the
dogs.
pack
Groups of
mentality.
Oh
dogs.
yeah.
You get them together and they feed off each other's energy, and they can get really, because I see just our two dogs together and the energy
Oh.
between those two. So I can imagine
You know,
velociraptors. That's
There were-
pretty much what it's like.
me and Ray
Yeah.
were swimming in a lake one time. And I'm kicking back on there's this
Oh, God.
corner where there's a buoy, right? And I'm kicking back. I'm kicking it. All I need is a beer, but she's like swimming around me, so I'm enjoying what's
Mhm,
going on. And then all of a sudden, I thought she was getting frisky with my nipple.
Was not me.
It was a fish.
Oh no.
And I put
Fishing it.
band-aids over them now.
Stop.
Even in the
Tell me
pool.
about that.
Fishy nips. Do, 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 do. The fishy nips. Do, 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 do.
What does that
Apparently,
say
it looked like a
about you?
worm. I don't know.
Fishy nips.
And I have
All
cute
right.
nipples.
they're like,
apparently,
they're just
apparently,
tiny.
they're cute enough
They're-
to attract fish.
mhm.
My nipples
Yeah.
aren't even cute enough to attract fish.
So,
And I've actually got lure knocked into mine.
Just go.
but have you ever tried?
Right? No. Or
Yes,
maybe.
actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I'm probably
Okay.
one of the few extreme flamboyant ladies that likes to go. Well, I don't want to say likes to go. I have tried noodling.
You just dangle it in the water and see if you catch anything.
It's weird. It's weird.
Catfishing?
Yeah.
Catfishing.
So noodling. you mean
Noodling.
like you stick your
You-
arm
You
in.
can stick your arm in.
I'll
you
never
can
do
stick-
it. No.
Yeah,
I
you
wanna
can
do
your
it.
Leg. It's
Wanna do
weird.
it.
Stick
it's weird.
anything in.
He won't do it
I
with
mean,
me.
yeah. As
And
long
then,
as
you know,
you can
there's the
grab
fear-
it when you're done.
Your whole hand goes in, and there's a
just lift
possibility
up.
of not bringing something back, and yeah.
Well, then don't
kinda-
stick your hand in a snapping turtle's mouth.
That's why
Yeah,
I
don't do that. Don't
I
do
used
that.
my hoodie instead.
I use my hoodie.
But
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, 'cause they
reason
don't like to be helped, even though they need help often.
Yeah.
I don't
Oh,
ever
yeah.
want to noodle. She does, but I don't ever want to do it because I've caught a
Catfish are
catfish
snapping.
as big as my leg, and I have big legs, right, or big leg.
Big
But
He's got big
but-
leg energy. He just needs one.
but I've
Big leg
lifted
energy.
it up by its like a bass. You would lift up a bass, and I've actually cut my hand. And I'm like, well, why would you want to really put your hand down and let them just gnaw on you a little bit?
Because
It
that's how
just
you get the
makes
big
no
one.
sense.
Because he like to party.
Yes.
This
we're
was
the
as
ultimate
big as my
bait.
leg,
They just
and the
put their
big
mouth
ones don't
all up
taste
on it,
good.
and they're just like,
All up
From
on
the
it.
thrill.
It's
Heck
gross.
was that?
All
I don't
right.
have that oral
Final-
fixation fetish
Final
thing.
fear of mine. Final fear. And
All
I
right,
kind of
final
graze
fear.
on it often, and I think John kind of knows it. However, becoming a parent.
Ooh.
And it's ridiculous because co-parenting skills, I can teach people how to do it all day. Communication, validation, back and forth, understanding how to get along with your adolescent child without killing each other. Got it.
Oh, I need that.
Understanding each other, like being nurturing versus being firm. Got it. Still probably never do it. Because I'm finding a lot of differences, especially between the people I meet and the people I see professionally, is that people that plan for children often know everything that's attached. Like they know every detail. They like, oh, we would probably come up against this. I don't know how I would handle that. Holy crap. Versus people that just kind of have them, which is there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. It's like you don't have time to think anymore because you're in it, and that sucks.
Everything is now reactive
Yeah.
versus proactive.
Yeah.
That's my life. Wing it,
There's
baby.
a lot of
Can't
firefighting.
do it. Can't do it. Can't
I'm a
do it.
planner.
My anxiety, absolutely. I don't want to pass that on to someone genetically. Jesus.
You're
I
one of a
often
kind.
I am. I often tell my my parent clients, I was like, listen, no child is going to get out of their childhood unscathed. Absolutely not. You just need to give them a trauma that is fixable in therapy. And here's my card. Just kidding. But, no.
All right.
But like,
I
you have
can
a
do
fear of
that.
dropping a baby? Scotty has that one. Because they're so fragile, but yet so
They're not.
evil,
They bounce.
Knievel-ish.
They're
do
fragile
bounce.
until
Fine.
they start, until they
Wait,
get
the-
mobile, and then suddenly they're invincible.
Yeah, the bones
Yeah,
are
you
not
stand on the
formed
car.
yet. You can drop them. It's cool.
Like,
Yeah,
She's
no,
dropped
we dropped
plenty of them.
We've dropped Apollo several times. when he was a
Specifically,
babe.
my
It's fine.
son just
I
like
can believe
bounced his head
Apollo
off
being
of our
dropped.
coffee table today because he was running around like a lunatic, and he cried for like 2 seconds and then sat down and got on his tablet.
No.
Do you want some really bad advice?
Absolutely
Yes.
not.
Okay,
I
cool.
love that advice.
Yeah. Babe
I
Ruth
would
method.
love some bad
Just keep
advice.
having him, and I'm sure like one will be okay. You know, like you just
Statistically speaking, one of
Yeah,
them's got to be
yeah,
all right.
one of them's gonna be great.
That's
Fair.
all right.
Fair enough.
And so yes,
That
Hey,
wasn't too
hey,
bad of
everybody
advice.
at home, don't do that.
Ashley does have a
I
point.
tried
here.
it.
It's expensive. Don't do it. You can't put them
What?
in crates when you go on vacation.
What?
Don't do
Yeah,
it.
no.
Somebody just told his kids that, like most of them are failures.
Oh,
Babycages.net.
oh my God! There's a website for everything.
There is.
Oh no.
There is.
Well, this
But
is
yeah, I don't think I
CCtv, so
could
we can't
ever-
promote John's new
Yeah,
website.
so
Yeah.
Oh, and that-
I don't think I can do
we've
it.
just opened a whole new door here with the child-related fears.
Oh gosh, I'm
Yeah.
afraid of what the chat is doing right
So,
now.
Ashley's
Oh, I
got a
saw-
point.
I saw
How did
something today that I'm afraid of. I was
Oh.
scrolling on Facebook, which is a fear of mine in and of itself.
Doom
But
scrolling.
then I found Chucky Norris, the doll.
No.
Yes. It's a
Ooh.
doll that's Chucky doll that's got Chuck Norris's face.
You know, I feel like that
Why didn't
grandparent
you
that's got a
send
story
this
for
to me?
every situation. So,
Miko's looking
What?
for it.
so
Also, why?
I need this
Who
in
did
my life.
this? Who
So,
was like, yeah,
had-
Chuck
there was-
Norris's face on a Chucky doll? That's great.
Right.
So yes, Child's Play ruined me as a child. I could anything even remotely relating to a doll that looks like just inherently human, I cannot do. So you know
It
those
ruined
like
everybody.
those lifelike dolls that they did in like the late 90s?
Oh yeah, they still do them.
So like,
Mhm.
oh my god, that company needs to die. So I was in 9th grade, and this was a friend of mine. He comes in with one of those things, and it
Ooh.
looks just like him. And I literally, I ran. Like, I just got up, and you're talking like a little, like, 5'2" midget looking guy, just book it, gone. Put it away.
Oh.
Put it
I was
away.
showing Miko.
Oh, no.
You found Chucky
I didn't
Norris?
see it. Wait,
Yes.
no, wait. I didn't see it. Wait. Show it to me.
Okay, everybody else, close your eyes.
No,
Close your
I
eyes.
I'll stare into the darkness.
Is it
I need
safe,
it.
right?
I need it.
Why?
Ah.
Why did
Exactly.
someone make that? Like,
Send it to me. Send
Yeah.
it. I need it.
And so then,
Making that happen.
we came to become friends after this situation, despite this situation. And the one time, like the first time I had a sleepover, and he made it a point to put it there on the dresser.
Ooh, yeah,
Yeah, that was. Oh God,
that's
I'm
not good.
just picturing it. God.
But see,
Anyway.
this is different. This is Chuck Norris, not Chucky Norris.
That's not Chucky Norris?
No, yeah, it is. But
All right.
Anyway, next person. Tag.
All right.
well, actually, I think that's going to bring us to the end,
Oh, boy. That flew by.
right? We're going to have a
Flies,
part
we have
2
fun.
and a part
we're
3
gonna
and a
do part
4.
2?
I'll be
That's,
exempt
that's
from
the
those.
Patreon content. See, we make them pay for the after
There you
show,
go.
where
There
we
you
get
go.
real raunchy.
Listen, depending on how much you're willing to pay.
Stay tuned. Con After Dark is coming soon to a Dondero stream near you.
Hot. I'm with it.
Woo!
With it.
But
Did I let the cat out of the bag? I'm sorry, John, if I did, but it's coming.
There was a
I
cat.
got
we're
the
always
freight
working
train.
on something. We're
Yeah.
always working on something. But really appreciated having everybody here, everybody in the chat.
Thank you.
Real quick, just to give you guys a heads up of what we got going on in the BSBN world this week. Thursday, Sunday, and Tuesday, we have gaming at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time on any of the channels for the Blue Skirt Boys. Grab one, follow them, have fun. I don't know what they're doing because they don't know what they're doing.
They're
Yeah, we
playing
don't know.
Raft tonight.
Oh, are they?
Again, this is the third week in a row. They must
They're
really
trying
love
to
rap.
finish it. They're trying to finish it.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So they're trying to finish it. I don't know if it's going to happen. Friday at 10 o'clock, we've got Dinks with Kings. And then after that at 11:30, we've got that freak out femboy.
Woo.
Saturday, our beautiful, wonderful guest, Miko, at 3:30 on her channel. She's doing some shenanigans, all types of shenanigans. What are you doing this
We
week?
gotta be a kitty cat. We're playing Stray some more because I'm having a great time being a cat and knocking over
Kitty,
paint.
kitty. Meow.
But she does crafting. She does all kinds of
She does
stuff.
everything. I mean,
Yeah.
can you not tell?
know.
After that, we've got at
May
4:30
I?
D&D 4D, Dungeons and Dragons.
I'm going to be on that
For
show.
dummies. Bronner is going to be on that show this week, but that is with our wonderful, great big bear. And then on Mondays, 5:30, we have
And Nick knows a lot about D&D too. So.
on Saturdays. I forgot it's Saturdays.
You ever need an NPC? Let me know.
I don't know anything, but it'll be steamy Saturdays with Shep.
It may not be this week because I think Shep is changing his time.
Oh, really?
Stay tuned. We'll let you know.
Indeed.
Does that open up a Saturday slot then?
You stop interrupting me.
I'm sorry.
I got a Saturday slot for you.
Talk over me like you usually do. Hi.
Hold, please.
No!
Well, good
That's my
night,
dream
everybody.
Sundays,
I'm just
Bronner's
gonna,
going to have some trauma to work out on waking up with Nana and Pep Pep. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm not.
What's
on
gonna be our
the
next
Pep Pep.
episode? It's just the
You're not,
aftermath.
but you might need to be after the trauma I give you.
Trauma llama ding dong.
Mhm.
There's going to be a lot of trauma. Mondays at 7:30, you got Auntie and Unc tell you about it. Miko and her giant brain.
And my
That's it.
wonderful
Is that-
co-host, Glitch?
Yeah.
John's best friend.
Yeah, we glitch.
Isn't that every other?
It's every other.
Every
that's
other.
It is
our-
every
Okay.
other.
Cool.
And then every Monday, you've got 8:30 Don Darrow 101 and Don Darrow being Don Darrow.
Absolutely.
9:30, you're gonna have a Rug's happy hour. There's some drinking, there's some fun. And then 10:30 on Mondays, you've got bedtime stories with Shep. If we're not changing that. Wednesdays, we've got at 8:30 p.m. the Dweebs, Weebs, and Interweebs. And then at 9:30, we've got Why Are We Still Alive? Where Jay and Don Darrow reminisce about the good old days and why they should not be alive right now.
And then
That'll bring us right back here on Thursday to
Does
CCtv.
it? Oh my God. Is that how the week works?
That is
and we are
Oh, it's like,
keeping
boom.
the rest of the time until we get to All Hallows Eve in kind of a creepiness mode. So we're gonna do some scary stuff from here until
And by
Halloween.
scary, we mean my face. Just kidding.
Yeah, beautiful face. But that's what we have going on
It's
tap
just
for next week.
Hot.
Is something scary.
something spooky.
Are
Yeah,
they spooky, scary
But,
skeletons?
I'm trying to get in the mood.
might be.
I'm trying to be a holiday person.
Yeah, we
know,
even bought a
Halloween
couple of
is
the
the best
decorations.
holiday.
Oh my God, I did
It
have
is.
It straight up
It's-
is. Halloween
it's-
is the best.
So not
It's
only
not
do you
as-
dress up, you get
It
candy. You also get to hassle people for candy.
until you remember
And then
that
after the holiday is done, you get on sale candy.
I
Yes.
am a retail
gosh.
store manager.
Oh,
Look,
Holidays don't mean to me what they mean to everybody else.
oh,
as a cosplayer, Halloween was like the one excuse per year to go full
Yeah.
in like the normie world.
See, because I'm not even thinking
Pet
Halloween.
normies.
See,
My day job means I'm thinking of Christmas.
Yep, because it's all the stuff's already out there.
We're setting it, we're planning it. So,
as early as July, looking at you, Hobby Lobby.
I like
Mhm.
Christmas stuff because Christmas gives me more Batman stuff. So
did you just stroke yourself
yeah,
on
I was
camera?
just like,
Because that bobblehead
That's
is
awesome.
a Bronner
That's
replica.
awesome.
all right. So
Okay.
I
are we
love
raiding
that.
over to somebody?
Who are we rating?
We are
Radiant's
gonna rate-
Darkmar, woo woo.
Raid over onto Zarkmore, and then it's
Ooh, I
Ned's
did miss
channel,
Sarko. How did I
and
miss that?
Darkmar after dark.
and so just stay tuned if you're in the chat. It's gonna raid right over, and you'll enjoy the rafting festivities. But I'm Bronner.
And Ray and our wonderful, beautiful guests.
We want
Thank
to
you
wish you
guys so
some
much.
peace and some love, and we will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.